Okay, so walleye season is about to be on us pretty quickly here. We got a big snowstorm yesterday, but it's almost 50 degrees today. It's the middle of March 2022, and the walleye are out in the bay obviously all winter. They are at the mouth of the rivers now. They will start making their way up to spawn by the dams, and I want to show you how to fix your waders. I've got $100 waders, I've got $140 waders, I've got $250 waders, I've got some muck boots that are 150 bucks insulated. You add all that up, you start to get to be $1,000. So I'm gonna try and patch these to get them through 1 or 2 or 3 more seasons. As you can see by them, I've tried a few ways to patch them. I've used marine caulk. You can't see it on there. I've used marine caulk, that works fairly well. This one, these are 4 years old, $250 waders, so I put a ton of marine caulk on it, and it worked really well, but it's got some cracks in them, and I'll show you what, you know, with age, they start to break apart and crack up and down, straight up and down, and then water leaks in. I'm usually in the river in them from 1.5 to 6 hours at a time, so if I were only in there for about 15 minutes to an hour, no big deal, just get a little damp. Start getting up into 3, 4, or 5 hours, it comes in. Now I've got these muck boots that are insulated down to 50 degrees, and I love them for hunting, but I've used them too many times in the garden and on the farm, hunting, climbing trees. You can see they've got a big hole. So I'm gonna fill that with some flexseal paste, and I'll show you how to do that. You fill the hole with that, let it dry for 24 to 48 hours, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna put a huge patch over everything with this flexseal spray liquid rubber sealant coating, and then I'll wait another day or two, and then I'll do 1 or 2 or 3 more coats to see how it goes. This is my first time doing this. I saw it on another video, and he did not do a follow-up video to say how it ended up, so I'll show you what I do and I'll tell you how it works. What you're going to want to do, I just went to Fleet Farm, you can get them anywhere. I got isopropyl rubbing alcohol, I got paper towels, and I've got these 2 sealants from Flexseal, and you want to clean the areas really well with the alcohol. So while I'm letting the isopropyl rubbing alcohol dry off of the boots that I just cleaned, I had rubbed these down before and they're dry and ready to go and clean. You can see I used actual boot repair. I used the marine grade, and I don't know if you can see it. As it ages, it starts to crack, just minute cracks. I don't know if you can see that right there. You can see those cracks. I'm hoping to fill that in with this Flex Seal. And I actually just found a huge gash on this one when I was in the river. Must have happened. That's why that one filled up the last 1 or 2 times that I was in. But I'm gonna spray these. I'm on a black table. This is really wet stuff. I got snow underneath, so that should catch any overspray. So we'll just see how this goes on. You're supposed to be about 12 inches away. You can see it kind of bubbling. I'm just going to cover the whole thing. I do not care at all what these look like because they're all underwater. It's not a fashion statement when you are walleye fishing. I'll keep going and I'll show you the end product. So now I've got the first nice coat on the first side. I don't want to touch them because it is really goopy, messy stuff. Be really good to have gloves and goggles on here. But I put a nice coat on. I'm gonna let that get tacky, you know, 45 minutes to an hour. They're in the sunshine here. It's about 50 degrees. And I'll flip them over and I'll do another nice big coat on the other side. In the meantime, I'm gonna do the paste, Flex Seal paste in the holes of those other boots. So once again, it's not about fashion. What I did was I opened up the huge hole that was like that, and I actually shoved this inside, worked it all around, then I did everything on the top. And then I'll do the same here. I just got a cedar shim wedge to be like my spatula, and follow the directions. You don't want to dig deep in there, just keep getting off the top of the surface. You don't want air bubbles in there where it's going to get hard. And follow the instructions. Put the tin foil back on top and the silica gel pack inside. gonna be hard to do one-handed, but I'll start it out and then I'll show you the end product after I spray on top. What I'll do is I'll put the camera down and I'll actually work this in deep into that hole. Like I said, it doesn't matter what it feels like to me, just as long as my feet stay dry, because when your feet get wet, you're done fishing. Okay, so this is dry to the touch. It's not even tacky. I'm gonna flip it over. I'm not gonna do a second coat over what I've already done, but now I can touch it and flip it over and do the first coat on the other side. I flipped them over. I'm just doing another nice coat. I want to get every seam for sure, because that's where things flex, and where man has put two things together, they eventually come apart. I'm even getting up onto the fabric. This is supposed to be permanently flexible, so I don't think it's going to matter if it's on the fabric. I hope I have enough for all these sets of boots. I should have just gotten two cans. They have different sizes. I'll just keep going from there. Okay, so I'm actually really happy. I know I've got 3 coats on here and it's really drab and rainy and snowy outside and cold. So I'm not going to put the 4th coat on yet. I'm only into my 2nd can. I actually bought 5 or 6 cans, and this is doing a really good job, really well just with 2 cans. And as you can see, I said I wasn't concerned about the looks, but my boots actually look a ton better than the white caulk that I had on, the marine grade caulk that I had on there before. As you can see, it has filled in. I had a huge gash here, and I just thickly coated that, and it poured inside there, and it dried. I waited 24 hours between coats, and I actually went up. I know that I had water leaking in where the neoprene touches the rubber, and so I'm coating that really nice and thick, and I'm really happy at how this is turning out. It's staying pliable. I left them out in the rain last night by mistake, and the rain was just beating off of it like crazy. Even on the neoprene, it's staying pliable. It's soaked in to the areas. The crotch always has a hard time, because when I get down into the river, it stretches the seams apart when I sit on the rocks and all that. So I did the seams where I knew there was leakage and seepage last year, and I actually even went over all of my other patches from last year, even the ones that weren't leaking, and did a nice thick coat. These have 2 or 3 sprays on them. This is my other set of waders. Everything looks amazing. So this will be the end of the part 1 video. I'm gonna do 1 more coat, and then when walleye run starts in 2 or 3 weeks, hopefully just 1 or 2 weeks, but when that does, look for part 2, and I will show you and tell you how great they did.